Ray in Maryland wants to jump in. Go ahead, Ray. You're on the air.
Hey, Eddie. How you doing, man?
Hey, bud.
Yeah, the news got to me last night in an interesting way. It was kind of secondhand, but through you. My wife and I went and saw a Journey tribute band last night called Separate Ways, and they were really good. They were I think they're from the Pennsylvania, New Jersey area, and just fantastic band. And months back, the drummer got in contact with me that's in that band, and he kind of knew me through hearing me on your show. He's a everyday listener of your show, and I finally got to meet him in person last night after they played their first set. And, so we chatted for about 10 minutes, really cool, talented guy, nice guy. He went back on the stage they were getting ready to start their second set, and right before they started, I noticed he walked off stage and was coming towards me, and he comes over and he goes, "Hey, man, Eddie Trunk just posted something about Jack White passing away," and I was like,
you mean Jack Russell?
Really?
Jack Russell.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was
you almost started a rumor there, man.
Yeah, right. Great White and Jack Russell, I kind of got the two confused there. But, and that's when I found out. And as soon as he said you posted about it, I knew it wasn't BS. And, I got to see Great White a few times back in the heyday. And I was supposed to go see him a few months back in Ocean City, Maryland, and that was one of the shows he canceled. I think I called in and told you about it. And, but man, they could almost fit, even though they had, pretty good success and a handful of hits. I could almost put them in that category of bands that should have been huge and even bigger because they were never really an arena headliner. But right. I mean, you take like I know they got marginalized and thrown into that whole mess, but you take a song like House of Broken Love, which I think that's an amazing song. I'd pit that up against almost any Led Zeppelin song, and I think it's every bit as good. So all I'll say is, rest in peace, Jack Russell, and you left us with a lot of great music.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Appreciate your thoughts. Yeah, the voice, the bluesy nature of what they did, the clear Zeppelin influence. There was at least one, if not two, records of Great White doing all Led Zeppelin because Jack's voice was so suited to it. To Ray's point that they could be in the bands that should have been huge category, he's not off on that. I mean, because again, they were a band. There were those bands that did really well, but never the mid-tier 80s bands. They never got over the hump to arena headline status. A Dokken, Tesla, Great White, few others, that they certainly got above club level. They certainly got close to arena level. They certainly were like direct support on a lot of arena tours, but they themselves were never headline, go in and do 10, 15,000 people. And, for whatever reasons, there's so many variables there, from marketing to record label to management to booking agent to luck to holding it together to not imploding to not unraveling. You wonder if Great White could have kept the peace and Jack could have kept it together and they could have continued as an entity together instead of cutting it in half basically and having two competing bands, which has been the case for a long time now. You wonder, how much better the business would have been. I know people that like both versions. I know people that, I won't see the band without the singer. So, everybody, it divides people, no matter how good or both versions may be in some cases. It's still, it's going to be divisive to some people. It's going to be confusing to some people as to who they're actually seeing. So you wonder, would it have been bigger if they held it together? I don't, it's all speculative. We don't have the answer. But yeah, I agree that they could be in that category because they certainly had hits. They certainly probably had a couple platinum records in there, but they didn't get to that full-on arena headline, certainly Def Leppard, Bon Jovi level, not even close to that.